There were key moments in Daniel Phillips' testimony yesterday that rattled Diddy. Let me explain. So I'm here in New York City just catching a couple of days of the Diddy trial. Yesterday was day 2 of Daniel Phillips, who is a male escort who testified in the Diddy trial. So this is what I saw. When Daniel was talking about sex positions, that Diddy was directing sex positions between Daniel and Cassie, Diddy just turned his head. He was sitting at the defense table. He just turned his head. When he turned his head, it was a way to disconnect from what he was hearing. So obviously that's still a hot topic, a hot situation for Diddy. If not, he would have just looked, or he would have been non-reactive, I should say. I couldn't tell you where he would have looked, but he would have been non-reactive. So that reaction let me know there's something about this that isn't quite gelling with Diddy. When Phillips was asked if Diddy gave instructions about positions during sex, this is where I could see that Diddy shifted his weight. And then he switched legs. So I think this left leg was crossed over the right, so then he uncrossed and recrossed with the right over the left. Shifting that weight in his chair, again, it was just the timing of it when this happened, when Daniel Phillips was testifying that Diddy did give instructions about positions, talking about sex positions between Daniel and Cassie. So we know that these two situations were bothersome. They troubled Diddy. Now, obviously, I don't know why. And I will tell you this. So when it came to the observations yesterday, I was in the overflow courtroom, which means I wasn't in the main courtroom. So I was in a different courtroom in the courthouse. And so they had a video feed and an audio feed into the overflow room. So what was projected on the screen was rather small. So I could see big movements. So if Diddy moved his body or he turned his head, I could see it. I couldn't read any facial expressions, nor could I see any small movements. So like if he was twitching his fingers, shifted his shoulders a little bit, or anything like that, anything that was small and subtle, I just couldn't see it. So I can only tell you about big movements because that's all I could see. I did find Daniel Phillips to be a very credible witness. He was super strong in his answers, super confident. When something was correct, he said it was correct. If something was incorrect, he would say it was incorrect. If it was something he didn't know, he didn't know. And then even with re-questioning, or if the attorney asked the same question in a different way, if he was unsure, he would still say he was unsure. If it was still incorrect, it was still incorrect. So that gives a lot of confidence in what you're hearing. Diddy looked down. So when Daniel was talking about, there was one time where he had witnessed that Diddy had grabbed Cassie by her hair, dragged her to the bedroom. This is where visibly I could see on the screen that he just looked down. So again, there were just certain moments in Daniel's testimony I could tell that bothered Diddy. Obviously, I don't know why. I'm not a mind reader. I could just read his body. So very telling. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's it for the Daniel Phillips. So stay tuned. There'll be more videos coming up. I'll be talking about Cassie Ventura too.